Hello, Papa Murph here, and Mama Murph, and today we're going to talk about thongs and... Oh, now what? No, thongs as in, flip-flops, sandals. Not the underwear thing. This happens every bloody time. Well, can we just do the sponsorship announcement then? Okay, we'll just do that then. Hello, Papa Murph here, and Mama Murph, and we're here to talk to you about our sponsors at Home for the LD Lee. They sell Laserdiscs, HD DVDs, and CDs. And if you put in the code MURPH, you get 20% off of your order. Home for the LD Lee, the kings of Laserdiscs. Right, now Furphy can do his crap. Ah yes, hello, it's Sussex Murphy here, along with cousin Furphy, and oh dear, what's going on up there? Oh hey guys, it's Kentucky. Yes, we can see that. What are you doing? I'm just kind of hanging around, you know. Hey. Well, yes, it's all very well, but what are you doing? We're trying to do the show. Oh, hey, have they done that sponsorship announcement thing yet? Yes, they've done that. Need me for anything? No, I think we'll be okay, thank you. Right on. Catch you guys later then. So yes, before, as we were saying before, Kentucky sort of dropped in like that. We've done many of my Furphy's fables and Furphy's favourites, but always with the Furphy's favourites, it was always my favourite music. I thought it might be interesting to do some of my favourite movies this time. So, hello, tennis. Yes, tennis. Hello. Well, just that movies are my thing. Well, yes, but these are more obscure films. They're not ones that you would have seen. I don't know. I've seen a lot of films. Well, we're talking about. Well, I'm going to be talking about films that I really don't think you've seen. I mean, you can have a look at the list I've got written on the screen over there. But yeah. You're right. I've not seen any of those. Amazing. I thought I'd seen all films. No, these are really obscure ones. So, all right then. Over to you. Hello, tennis! So yes, as Furphy was explaining, he's going to go through some of his favourite movies for you this week. So I hope you enjoy it, and thank you. Well, yes, as you know about my musical tastes, I thought it was time I talked about some films. And so we're going to start with a proper classic. This is 1958's classic teen comedy, His Girlfriend's Birthday. This is about a high school football star who forgets his girlfriend's birthday, doesn't go to the party. Instead, he's at a practice for his footballing, and she makes a wish that from now on he has to do whatever she says. And so yes, that happens, and for the rest of the film, he's basically her slave. And the rest of the team work this out. That hang on a minute, why is he suddenly having to do everything she says? And they try to break the curse, and the whole thing is really, can they break the curse? Or will he be her servant for the rest of his life? A very funny film. It stars Johnny Fairbrass and Brandy Nutkins and introduces Cody Downs as Whaley, the school mascot. Now, I guess it is appropriate that we are sponsored by a Laserdisc shop, because I did actually have all of these films on Laserdisc. But, well, my Laserdiscs were in the same box as the records that fell into the volcano, so... I don't know if anyone else has a copy of these ones out there, but if they do, I would love to see them again, because, I don't know, we've searched and we've checked the Laserdisc database and all of that, and no one seems to have them. So, I don't know. I got my copies directly from the filmmakers, so unfortunately they're all deceased. Yes. Anyway, moving on to the next film. This one's from 1973, and the English title is Who Stole My Thesaurus? Now, I only had an American pressing of it, so it was translated. I never learned how to. I apologize to any French people watching. I never learned how to pronounce it. But we're going to put up on the screen now the original French title. I could try it. It's Qui a volé mon dictionnaire de synonyms. So yes, Who Stole My Thesaurus is a 1973 French drama film about a poet whose career comes to a halt after a rival steals his thesaurus. It's a 3.5-hour movie that depicts his descent into madness over a 40-year period. He also has rather a lot of sex in it. In fact, there was a TV edited version that only goes for 75 minutes. Strolling Bone magazine called it the most pretentious film ever made. And I kind of agree with that, but that's why I like it. It's just so pretentious, and yes, no other word can really describe it. It stars Jean-Paul Pierre and Gabrielle Poulet. Up next on my list here is The Terror of Lavatory Lane, a 1981 horror film which is set in 19th century London but made by Americans who've never been to London or met anyone from England. Most of the dialogue, I think, was guesswork, really. They'd seen other films set in that sort of era and in London, so really it's just sort of bits and pieces of rhyming slang, and I don't even think they actually knew what a lavatory was because, well, Lavatory Lane, it's not a place name, it's a, I mean, it could be a lane full of toilets, I suppose, but yes, I guess they'd heard it in a Carry-On film or something like that, and so they thought, well, that sounds like a British thing, so we'll just make it as British as possible. And they were very serious with their intent about it, and they were trying to make a very scary film, but it is fucking hilarious because none of the actors are even remotely British. One of them might have been Canadian. I think there was someone from British Columbia. That's probably about as close as you get to British. Yes, they sort of intended for it to be a sort of Sherlock Holmes for the modern era, but still set in that era. The movie is actually about a detective who was murdered, only to come back as a zombie and try to solve the mystery of his own death. Yes, it's one of those. It's a so bad it's good film. It stars a very young John Stamos and Dolly Parton's sister. They actually wrote it as that on the cover. It was, and we're not even sure if she actually is related, but that was her claim to fame anyway, that she was Dolly Parton's sister. And her name is never actually mentioned as far as, it just says in big letters on the cover, Dolly Parton, and then in smaller letters, sister. And the final film I wanted to talk about today is Falling for Anne Robinson. This is an unfortunate name because, again, it's an American film. It was made in 1999, a romantic comedy by the filmmaker Keith N. Smythe. And yes, it's a rather unfortunate name because obviously Anne Robinson is a television presenter in England who she hosted the what was it? The Weakest Link. That's right. So yes, if you've seen I think she did the American version for a little while as well. So yes, rather unfortunate name, but the film was in production from 1996 onwards. So they weren't to know that she was going to become a big star, and the name was a complete coincidence. As indeed was the whole thing, because the plot of the film is it's a story of a heterosexual man who falls in love with a lesbian. Obviously it bombed because it came out in 1999, and Kevin Smith's film Chasing Amy had come out 2 years earlier, but both films were in production at the same time and neither had any idea of the other one's existence, much like This Is Spinal Tap and Bad News, which were two films about failing rock groups, and yeah, they were both in production at the same time and neither had any idea of the other one. And so Kevin Smith's film came out in 1997, and Smythe's film Falling for Anne Robinson was still in production until 1999 when it was finally released, because he's more of a was a more visual sort of director. His hero was Terry Gilliam, so he was constantly having the actor do multiple takes because there was something not right in the background and that sort of thing. So yes, it took 2 years, and by the time it came out, it just sort of appeared as sort of a mockbuster version of Chasing Amy. It is an interesting film, though. I still enjoy it a lot. It's more of a traditional comedy. It's more of a traditional romantic comedy that, a bit more. It's not as lewd and sort of what you'd expect from Kevin Smith. It's much more a tame version of that. I'd say it's not as good as Chasing Amy, but it's a film I would still recommend if you can find a copy. Again, I think I had the only Laserdisc. Anyway, those are my Furphy's favourites for films. And now... Hey. Oh, hello, Coach. What do you want? Oh, hey. I was just thinking that my shows, the Coach's conspiracy theories. I was just hoping it wasn't encroaching on your territory with 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 Furphy's Fables. Yes, yeah. I just it seems like a kind of a similar kind of deal, and I didn't want to offend you in any way, Mr. Furphy, sir, it's Reverend Furphy. Sorry, Reverend Furphy, and yeah, and no, it's perfectly fine, old chap. You're my cousin, and I love you, and you can use that sort of idea. It's still different enough, I think, that it's not going to. What are you doing? Oh dear, what's he doing? A light. Oh dear. Lighting and the thunder, thunder. Lighting and the thunder, thunder. Lighting and the thunder, thunder. So I suppose that's all we've really got time for now. But yes, thank you for watching. Don't forget we've got a website that we really need to get around to updating. Don't forget our wonderful sponsors at home for the elderly. I am Sussex Murphy, and for Cousin Furphy, who has disappeared off somewhere. And yes, thank you. Nothing is yet. Nothing is yet. Nothing is yet. Lighting and the thunder, thunder. Lighting and the thunder, thunder. Lighting and the thunder, thunder.